Assalamualaikum, my name is Nona Dirah binti Syarain and my number matric is 273006. Introduction. Oilfield Supply Centre Sdn Bhd OSC was created in 2008 and its corporate marketing service are located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Meanwhile, its manufacturing and workshop facilities are located in Langside OSC Sdn Bhd. According to the research, the OSC's development in Dubai's operation was increased significantly and it quickly became the region's major service center. The services that are produced are pressure vessels, heat exchanger, skid package and other processes that relate to the engineering tasks. They usually provide this service in the Asian market and they get a fully support from the OSC Dubai Engineering Service in terms of their manufacturing, technical and design teams. Langside OSC Sdn Bhd is an oil and gas company that operates in Tanjung Langside, Johor, Malaysia. The company's function is to build, manage and operate a shared user supply base in Tanjung Langside port. Besides, they construct an oilfield supplies base that provide licensed manufacturing warehouse (LMW) and public bond warehouse (GBA) infrastructure. Besides, the bond warehouse can be used in the long term and the item will be restored there safely. The licensed manufacturing warehouse (LMW) is a manufacturing factory that allows anyone to store and produce approved product in the same premise. Langside OSC Sdn Bhd was incorporated in Malaysia on 25 June 2013. The company will provide fabrication and provision to the oil and gas operator as well as service companies. According to the interview session, Madam Nafida stated that they have 27 employees, which consists of 23 local employees and 4 expatriates. The company applies code of conduct to their managers, director, officer and employees to assist each employees in dealing with business issues professionally and fairly. Besides, their logistic department provide many services such as international freight service, haulage service, customs storage, open bond storage yard and forwarding service. For international freight service, the products are put into a big container and then ready to ship and sail to their destination. However, the international freight service usually take more time, which around 1 week to reach to its customer than the haulage service. Based on the research, the service provided by Langside OSC Sdn Bhd got a lot of positive feedback from its customer. However, the company, especially the human resource management, get affected by the pandemic COVID-19 in terms of their operation, service and products. So this project paper will discuss the problem faced by the company in terms of human resource management functions, the challenges they have to face during pandemic COVID-19 and the strategies they do to deal with the issues that arise.
A very good day everyone. My name is Divya Shania Anak Perempuan Asivanandam. My matrix number is 265012. So the first question I'll be talking about today is the problems faced when sourcing HR for global markets amidst the pandemic of COVID-19. So first of all, what is sourcing? Sourcing is the interaction of short posting write-up and commerce inside the enlistment circle, which means that scouts or recruiters need to discover qualified and remarkable possibilities for work orders and who can fit the requirements. So a few selection representatives do source capacity through offices, which means they filter through offices and they work in enrolling, which are called sources. So numerous bigger organizations and firms utilize groups of sourcing experts that focus just on the underlying pool of applications. So moving on to what is the main idea here of the sourcing problems faced in Langside OSC. As you know, we had interviewed Madam Nafida and here is what she had mentioned. So, as they are a part of oil and gas industry involving logistics, shipping and warehousing, Madam Nafida said that it is difficult to get a person to work for them as they need someone who is in the niche market. So they need crane or forklift operators that can lift items without using a pallet. So most of the items that is in Langsat OSC are in cylinder form, and they are not like normal items used in other factories. So other industries can lift using pallets, and other factories also can lift using pallets, but not from Langsat OSC. So they need someone who is experienced in the industry. She mentioned that when they started, it was very difficult to get workers. They needed to take in workers who are working in the port industry or the Johor port, because they have similar experience and they are similar to the industry. Moving on to international compensation problems faced during the COVID-19 pandemic. So what is international compensation or compensation? So planning and fostering a superior compensation bundle for HR experts, the global task requires information on tax assessment, work laws, and unfamiliar money exchange, which is foreign exchange, money exchange by the HR experts. So at the point when a firm creates global remuneration or compensation approaches, it attempts to satisfy some expensive targets. So the first one being, the remuneration strategy ought to be in accordance with the design, business needs, and generally system of the association. The arrangement should target drawing and holding to the best ability, and it should improve workers fulfillment and also give them satisfaction. And the fourth one, it ought to be clear as far as comprehension of the representatives, as it is further helpful. So, and how did they deal with it? Madam Nafida had mentioned that their compensation packages are decided based on the living cost in Malaysia. So expatriates are being requested to pay SOCSO during this pandemic if they happen to die here or are retrenched and so on, just to cover them. She mentioned that there is not much of a problem in compensation. She said that they also do not provide much of compensation. She said that her company buys insurance for them, that all the employees get insurance. She mentioned that all the workers are covered with group hospitalization, PA life, and term life insurance. So there was not much of a problem, she mentioned, as I had stated earlier.
International training and development problem faced during COVID-19 pandemic. International training and development programs allow employees to develop their abilities and decrease turnover. These programs also allow businesses to increase employee productivity and enhance company culture. Employees may prepare for the greater responsibilities via cross-training to comprehend various jobs or transitioning into a new positions, as well as learning leadership skills. According to Madam Nafida, one of the human resource managers at Langsat OSC Sdn Bhd, the company has just completed its 3-day ISO training. According to an interview we conduct with one of their human resource managers, Madam Nafida stated that the company's problem with the international training and development during the COVID-19 pandemic is that the company's ISO audit must be completed, and they wanted to do the training last year. As a result, it cannot be postponed because the company's audit was due in August of last year. But the problem is that the company has to do an internal audit for 3 months before August, but the company does not have enough qualified internal auditors. So in the end, the company wanted to do it face-to-face, but due to the pandemic, it is extremely difficult to get people to come down for the event because they are unable to gather in their training room. Since the pandemic requires people to have social distance, the training room does not have enough space for meeting because they have right now about 20 auditors. So they decided to do it using an online platform. However, Madam Nafida mentioned that she personally does not like to do it online because she knows that people will not actually be able to observe what they are supposed to learn. But in the end, they have to do it. For the international labour relations problem faced during COVID-19 pandemic, regarding the international labour relations issues that the company encountered during the COVID-19 pandemic, Madam Nafida stated that Malaysia is a member of the International Labour Organization, ILO, so they are expatriates in the company as the general manager from the United Kingdom. The issue is that Their expatriate, the general manager from the United Kingdom, occasionally needs to return home to see their family. But because of this pandemic from last year, they cannot go on and off as it is. This is the problem, which is the human resource manager must give their expatriates the travel pass that they have to apply for, and with this, they can go back within 60 days and they have to come back to Malaysia. According to Madam Nafida, this is what immigration is doing in Malaysia right now, and it is one of the problems that many Malaysian companies with expatriates face. Madam Nafida further state that today's worker want more than just a wage. They want additional benefits that will enhance their life, increase their significance at work, and make them value for the company. Next, for the challenges which MNCs are facing in dealing with international human resource management practice in the origination, especially during a pandemic. After an interview session with Madam Nafida, we understood that there was a challenge the company was facing in dealing with international human resource management practices in the original country, especially during a pandemic. According to the Madam Nafida, she mentioned that the company doesn't have that much of problems with the organization approach. However, due to the company's adherence to Malaysian law, the company does not follow Dubai law because despite the fact that the company is a Dubai company, they do not follow the Dubai law because the human resource law or the employment is different. But the problem is that the company has created a circular problem in which some employees are opposed to receiving a vaccine. So, based on what Madam Nafida mentioned, the company does with their human resource management in Dubai that if the employee does not want to be vaccinated, the company does that every week. They come to work, they have to have their swab test at their own expense every week before coming to the work. Thus, in Malaysia, the company is under the Minister of Transport (MOT). So, what the company did is that they have an agreement within the KKM and also the MOT, where most of their employees are vaccinated and have a second dose of vaccination. However, they are still hesitant to lose their employees, particularly local employees. So, the company must issue the circular in which if the employee does not want to be vaccinated, the next thing the company does is that by August, if they are not vaccinated, they must take a swab test which they must pay for on their own every week when they need to come to work every Friday. Then on Sunday, they had to report the result of their swab test to human resource managers. If they will not be able to come to work.
As for the last question, how they face or overcome these challenges. So, as we know, during the pandemic there were many challenges and they also had to come up with new ways to overcome these challenges. So as mentioned by Sue Bingham, Human Resource Divisions had a troublesome occupation before the pandemic. In 2019, over half of the HR pioneers attempted to guarantee that representatives had the right staff important enough to explore an inexorably digitalized work environment, which means they had to get themselves used to working in a digitalized or online work environment. So nevertheless, problems that occurred during the pandemic are many, but that does not mean that they cannot be overcome. So each company and industry had various and different methods to overcome them. So we'll be saying the methods that was used to overcome for Langsat OSC. So Madam Nafida had mentioned that they have a WhatsApp group for HR managers and practitioners known as the Pasir Gudang JB HR group. She said if they were to face a problem that they could not find an answer to, they would consult for the solution in this group. So she also said that there's no right or wrong in HR. She said whenever it comes to the Employment Act, they must follow the law. The law says if you're working from home, you can only allow 60% of the workforce to work in the workplace. She said that some companies had to be shut down because they went against this law, whereby they allowed their workers to work more than 60% of them in the workplace. So lastly, she emphasized that the problems are faced in accordance with the Employment Act and the law as well as the government orders. So that's all from me. Thank you.
By interviewing Madam Nafida, we gain new insight into how the organization deal with various human resource related issues. When it comes to sourcing to global market, Lansa OS's neighborhood had to manage their workers because they need someone with field expertise. For international compensation, all of expatriates and workers are provided with the life insurance and so in the event of death or retrenchment. They use online platform for training and development despite it was tough for them because the work had to be done. Malaysia also is a member of International Labour Organization (ILO). Therefore, having managers come through or not is handled by immigration. However, the human resource manager must provide their expatriates with travel pass which allow them to return to their hometown and come back to Malaysia within 60 days. Lansa OSC tackled the difficulty in human resource management practice by reaching an agreement with MOT, developing a swab test circular, and following the Employment Act. Big companies having a hard time to find workers, to sort out training and development, and challenges in dealing with the international human resource management practice during the pandemic COVID-19. Even though there were many problems and challenges the company have to face, we learned that there are many ways to overcome them. Thank you.